All right, well, what is crankshaft in play, right? People probably, not everybody knows what the heck that is. Here's the thing. Every engine has it's actually a dynamic, so it's a running engine crankshaft in play. So as the engine's turning, the crank's spinning inside the block, there are bearings that control the amount of clearance that the engine has, so that way all the rods stay in alignment and the pistons go straight up and down and all that kind of stuff. If you run a standard transmission, this measurement is extremely critical, because in a standard transmission, when you push in the clutch, what it's doing is pushing on the flywheel, which is in turn pushing on the crankshaft. And if you got a big heavy clutch in the car and you're sitting at a stoplight, like say idling in traffic or something, if you have your foot smashed on the clutch, it's going against that crankshaft in play. Standard transmission, this is an extra important thing to check, measure, make sure that it's correct. All right, here we go. I don't know how important it is to go over the details of each of these things. And I don't want to be annoying to people that already know this stuff and are watching the channel. And I'm always a little leery about saying how to do something, because I always feel like there's always going to be a differing opinion. And so that's kind of the hard part for me as far as doing how-to videos. I kind of want to tend to focus on just how I did something rather than how to do something. In a way, building engines is pretty dang subjective. You give 10 engine builders a task and you're going to get 10 very different outcomes, possibly. So I just wanted to say that up front. I don't mean to be a know-it-all or anything like that. I'm just trying to share experiences. Sometimes it freaks me out a little bit. Like I think like this. I looked this morning and we had 541 subscribers. And it's crazy. When you think about going from a guy that has done this kind of stuff by himself in solitude for a lot of years, to the idea of having 500 other people watching you do what you do, it's a little interesting. Like, it makes you think a little bit. Sometimes I think 500 subscribers, that's not very much for a YouTube audience. You know, it's pretty small. I'd like to have like 50,000 subscribers. But to me, when I think of a group of 500 people, that's a big group of people. And the thought of describing what I'm doing to 500 people, it's a little intimidating. So I don't know. I am just trying to work through it, and I think that's why sometimes this stuff comes off a little clunky or whatever, because I'm just learning and whatnot. Anyhow, let's bolt this piece of steel onto the front of this block and get the mag base dial indicator on here. All right, check this out. All right, let's see if we can make this thing work. We just need a hole sort of opposite this crankshaft somewhere. So this old plate out of the fan should work. Solid. Then up here. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna mount this magnet on here like that. Then I'm gonna, can you see that? I'll have to move this possibly just to give you a better look. Just going to line the dial indicator up to the end of the crank snout, and then I'm going to zero the dial indicator. Let's do that, and then let's move the camera so you can get a better look at this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use just a standard pry bar, and I'm going to pick a spot on the crankshaft counterweight, and I'm going to move it in one direction, and then I'm going to move it in the other direction, and what we will see is we'll see that needle on the dial indicator move back and forth. We'll take a measurement about how far it's traveling. So I'm going to show you the dial indicator, and I'm going to be moving the crankshaft back and forth with a pry bar. That is, if that's right, that's 10, 11, 12, 13 thousandths. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, 13 thousandths in play. Holy shit, I think we're gonna have to make an adjustment right off the bat. Maybe we should talk about that. Alright, so that did not go as planned. I fully expected that crank to be perfectly within spec. The factory calls for 4 to 9 thousandths in play clearance. Having 13, maybe it would be fine, maybe it would lead to a problem down the road. The one thing I do know is it's outside of the recommended clearance or specification. So in my mind, I'm going to fix that. The way that I'm going to fix that, I'm going to get on the phone to the bearing manufacturer. I'm going to order up an oversized thrust bearing. Maybe one that you have to lap into place to make fit. I don't know. I'll probably have a better idea after I talk to them. And then what I'll do is, hey, I'll show you that process, you know. We discovered a problem. This is what we're going to do to fix it. And we'll see how it goes. I know it's pretty common to send your equipment out to the machine shop, let them work their magic, bring it home, put it together. 9 times out of 10, the thing runs flawless. Everybody did their job. Everybody's happy. But every once in a while, that little thing comes up. And you don't want it to be the one time you didn't check it that it happens to be out of spec. I don't know, I guess moral of the story, check your shit. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Here's a little teaser of what's coming. Right there, Icon Forged Pistons. Right here in Carson City, Nevada. One of my favorite companies. We got some really, really interesting things in the works, and I'm excited to share all that with you. When everything comes in, when the pistons come in, we'll just open them up together. How's that? And then we'll talk about the next thing. We're going to work through the balancing of the bottom end. We're going to do as much of that here as we can. We're going to calculate bob weight. We're going to tell the machine shop what to balance our new crankshaft at. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys real soon.